Hi, I'm Terry Robinson, Associate Editor at SC Magazine, and I'm here today with Michael Kaiser, who's the Executive Director of the National Cybersecurity Alliance, and we're coming to you from NASDAQ this morning. Hi, Michael. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. So tell me a little bit about what's going on here today and in this conference and why here and why now?
Well, why now? It's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and this is the fourth week of the month. We're really excited, and this week is devoted to looking at the issue of the Internet of Things. And at the NASDAQ, because it's the center of the world, and we can get great people to come and talk about what's happening with the Internet of Things and how we can start to secure what's going to be this gigantic infrastructure that's coming and starting to emerge.
Well, it's monstrous, right? I mean, we're having a hard enough time securing sort of the things that we're used to right now, our phones and whatnot. I mean, how do we secure the Internet of Things?
Well, that's what we hope to discuss. I think that's an emerging thing. We, almost don't always know what to tell people exactly what to do, how to secure this. Excuse me. It's really, we're going to see. I mean, what are the devices have to be updated with software? Are they going to have authentication procedures? What is it going to be that makes these devices secure? We're not sure yet.
And how are you going to get people to do it?
Well, hopefully some of that will be built in. That would be our goal at the end of the day, to get some of this built in from the start. Maybe we can learn some lessons from the first 25 years of the Internet and maybe do some things a little better on IoT going forward.
Great. I know that you have some interesting research statistics from a study you did with ESET. Yeah. So could you tell me a little bit about what you all found?
Yeah, so we did a lot of work asking people what's going on in their homes, right? So one of the things we asked about is, and we were kind of surprised by this answer actually, are you controlling any device in your home from a mobile device, like inside your home from your phone? And 20% of people are now, which we found kind of shocking. I would expect it to have been much lower. I mean, I don't control anything on my mobile stuff, and I think I'm pretty tech forward. So, and then we saw sort of smaller but growing implementations of things like having a connected thermostat, I think was just under 10%, or a medical device was 3 or 4%. And those numbers seem small, but I was actually kind of surprised by those as well, because I think we're starting to see this adoption, and we're at this little moment, this inflection point on IoT, where if we get it right now, as those numbers grow, and they're certainly going to grow going forward, we can really help people do this safely and securely.
I think it's interesting too when people start seeing the benefit of being able to control things. Right, that's when they sort of cross over and adopt this at a higher rate than maybe you might think.
Yeah, I think the benefits of IoT are going to be very strong for people. I do think that, unlike your smartphone, which has sort of become this essential device that you must have, I think some of these other things, as they start to bring them online, they're going to probably hopefully be a little more thoughtful, like, do I actually need to connect this, right? I mean, it can be connected, but it's not necessarily mandatory that it be connected, right? You've got to have your phone, which maybe makes you sometimes think less about security, because, like, I got to do my email, I got to text my friends, I got to do whatever, right? So this device is essential. So we'll have to see how they adopt IoT in terms of security and privacy, really.
Well, and that presents also a challenge for corporate IT, doesn't it? Because unlike with a BYOD, where you might have some policy for that, or you know what somebody is bringing to work because they have to tell you. You don't know if somebody went out and got a new smart thermostat, and you don't know. If you're a worker from home has something on their network that might be vulnerable. Right. So what do you do when you're corporate IT?
Well, I think this starts at the top, right? If companies are going to adopt IoT in a big way, and I think they are, because the benefits are going to be tremendous from them, everything from what's going on in the office to remotely what's going on their networks to things they may be connecting all over the globe, they're going to have to start at the top and think about security from the boardroom all the way down to the individual person in their operation who is working with these things. So hopefully they'll take that broad approach, and if they do, they'll build this Internet of Things that will be safe and secure and will provide tremendous benefits to them. I mean, real-time data about what's going on all over their company, or even with their customers, depending on how that works. I mean, if it's the electric grid or if it's something like that, they can know what's going on in exact locations on their network.
Yeah, the possibilities are huge. Yeah. So you mentioned privacy, and before I let you go, let's talk a little bit about that and where privacy dovetails with security.
You can look at them as opposite sides of a coin, and it depends where you sit in the ecosystem. But as a as a business, for example, when I give you my information as a customer, securing that is my privacy, right? So it even starts at that very simple level. On the other hand, when we're getting into things like IoT, it's data that drives IoT, right? So it's the information that's coming out of these devices about us, about what we're doing. Sometimes I think of it as the Internet of me, not the Internet of things, right?
That's great.
You know, and so I need to understand like what's being collected about me, how is it being used, where's it being stored? In IoT, you've got these little devices that don't really store the data on them, right? It's sending it out somewhere. Where's it going? And so being aware of that, understanding that, being able to have controls over that, I think knowing, can I control this device in any way? Can I have it not collect some stuff and collect other stuff? Is it being combined with other data about me in a third party? These are things that must be included in the discussion about IoT. And the security about that is I'm getting benefits from it because the data helps me do my lives. But if that data is not secure, then the whole trust in the infrastructure just disappears. And that's why privacy is so important, because privacy is as much about trust as it is about anything else. And so having that trust factor built in through securing the data and through understanding how it's used is really essential.
Great. Well, Michael, thank you so much for speaking with us today. I'm Terry Robinson with SC Magazine, and coming to you from NASDAQ this morning with Michael Kaiser, Executive Director of National Cybersecurity Alliance. Thank you.